I was then but a naive and ambitious young boy with a dream of perhaps one day becoming a renowned film director. Filmmaking possessed all the tools I needed to tell my uncanny musings and share with the world my personal vision of the peculiarities of human existence. I had come to London to improve my English, but also study Andalusian mythology, Mayan philosophy, and animal biology. I was a curious and thoughtful young man, and I knew that London, with its social and economical debauchery and bloated decadence, would have plenty of new and exciting experiences to offer. In this city, my peers would see prosperity and progress, but I could only see the terrifying shadow of mortality lurking above all, and the chaos of nature's most dangerous animal of all, man. This documentary is a look back at my epic struggle to build a basic template for my life early on. I had rented a small and unpretentious one-bedroom flat in the town center. The distracting street noises, I found, could easily be forgotten through meditation. Here I am, picturing a shaved albino koala bear, drinking the fleshy, nurturing milk from my bosom. In my mind I am naked and completely at peace with my inner jungle. This interruption was a stark reminder of life's cruel and egocentric craving for attention. It was also the door. Under the door I found a letter, addressed to me directly and with no stamp upon its surface. The letter explained in German and Latin, or at least from what I could decipher, that my new flat sharer will require intermittent exposure to my video camera. I would need to film him whenever he was in character. The writing then trails off, and dried drops of blood replace a written signature. This letter was an enigma. I was not expecting a flatmate, and sharing a one-bedroom apartment seemed somewhat unrealistic and problematic. A phone call to the landlord clarified that I would be joined by another German student in town for only 2 weeks, a young and talented actor. I could have refused, but this story intrigued me, so I decided to oblige my new upcoming colleague. Although this was an intrusion into my personal life, I was curious to find out the identity of the mysterious actor and how talented he really was. Admittedly, the thought of having another artist, another fetus of the world such as myself, to have intelligent, engaging conversations with, filled my soul with unspoken bliss. I would film this enigmatic actor as per his instructions. This was the perfect opportunity to test my new camera and even create a compelling artistic work. And yet, upon hearing these knocks on the door that day, I felt a dark cloud of unease slowly flying above me like the migrating seagulls of Papua New Guinea and their children. Are you the new... I am Werner Herzog. It seems we will... Ich bin der Schauspieler. Kinski. Klaus Kinski. His name was Klaus Kinski, looking at the unknown charm of mystery which spiraled inside his eyes. I found myself instantly regretting my generous decision. I am sorry, there is only one bed. I can suggest we take turns sleeping in it. One day I can sleep there, another you. The other could sleep in a sleeping bag. I have 12 of them, all of which light brown in color.
You will shoot me all the time. Even when I am undressing or taking a shiz. In return, I will give you my best work. And this grapefruit.
Herr Kinski? Herr Kinski. That very night, I awoke in order to have a drink of water when I made a most peculiar discovery. It is now 3:24 a.m. I have been awoken by a natural sense of thirst, and I was on my way into the kitchen to extinguish the dry flame inside my throat chasm when I encountered my flat sharer. And I thought I should show you what I have witnessed, so you could understand. My guest had been lying in this way with his eyes wide open for over 5 hours. His breathing was normal, and I could even hear regular snores, so one could only assume that Klaus Kinski was asleep. Little did I know that this was only the beginning of an as yet undeveloped nightmare of Herculean proportions. You sit here, judging me. To you I am Jesus Christ. I am your God, your King. And you sit here, judging me. Fuck you, you Schweiss bucket. I will not sit on you. You will sit on me, and I will show you which one of us is the tallest. You are not a throne. You are a false prophet. You are a porcelain bucket. A bucket full of shiz. Kinski's psychotic behavior became more extreme and intense as the week progressed. I had seen similar behavior in a documentary from 1911, in which an exorcism was being carried out by a sun worshipper on the eastern coast of the Lake Titicaca. This, however, felt more irrational and, by extension, infinitely more worrying. Not content with invading my home, Kinski soon decided to invade my privacy. What is this shiz you are playing? It sounds like a schnitzel being put up a pig's shithole. Those are the chants of the Felmar tribe. They are a proud and peaceful people. I don't give a fuck. This is shiz, the devil's shiz, and I hate it, hate it. I cannot think, I cannot breathe. It is piercing through my brain like a needle of shiz. The record Kinski had broken was very rare and had a very special meaning for me. I had known the people chanting, and they had been my friends when I stayed with them for 5 months under the Iguazu Falls. The chants in question were about love, forgiveness, gutting lizards, and peace. It is unlikely that I will ever encounter such a beautiful and meaningful piece of music again. I am reminded of a poem by notorious Peruvian Shintoist priest Clom Liudas, who was forced to live inside another man's chest cavity for 15 years because he had stolen the latter's chlorophyll leaf, a symbol of fertility and healing, which was meant to cover his daughter's right ankle, which had been infected with a disease only known as Chalice phlegma. That poem was: I am he who enters your soul, yet I cannot be the one that should. Let those who are sing a song of purity and praise the virginity of this land I now inhabit. The meaning of the poem is unknown to this day, as are Klaus Kinski's surrealist actions and powerfully disturbing temperament.
Hey Werner, are you alright?
Yes, David. Physically I am unharmed, but in my heart there are pink fleshy bruises which will never heal.
I heard a voice. Was it your mother?
No, my mother had the voice of an angel with wings. The voice you heard was the voice of my co-resident. He has the voice of an angel who smokes.
You can't let him talk to you like that.
The alternative is confrontation and verbal violence.
You know what my mantra is? Fuck ass. Verbal violence has a soothing effect sometimes. There's nothing more liberating than the word fuck ass. Find your mantra, Werner. Find yourself.
My neighbor's words made a lot of sense. This abuse had to stop. Klaus, I think I should have a word with you. I am not a confrontational man, but I thought you should be aware that I know that you have been going inside my room, that you have been looking through mine papers and my film script, and I would like you to know that I will not stand for such rudeness and such a lack of respect. I have been generous enough to give you a home and abide by your unconventional rules. Now it is your turn to listen to my rules and abide by them.
Your script. It is beautiful. It is a work of art. I am your Don Quixote. My performance will be your reward.
This film is not ready to see the light of day. Besides,
I love it. I am your Don Quixote. The world needs to see what you have created. I will not take nine for an answer.
Thank you, Klaus, for your kind words. But Klaus,
Otherwise, I will burn this whole apartment with you along with it while you are asleep. And I will use your remains, your ashes, to pepper my chest.
I agreed to indulge him with rehearsal. I explained to him that the script was only an experiment and was only a first draft. He insisted that the rehearsal take place in nature, and although I found that request somewhat extreme, I assured him that I would find somewhere adequate to fulfill his fantasy. Finding nature at the heart of London was not an easy thing to achieve. However, the vast forest-like space Richmond Park had to offer felt like an adequate choice. We had brought with us only the camera and the tripod. Kinski insisted on wearing a full costume, which he made himself, and asked me to refer to him only as master. Fully immersed in his character, I was now to him nothing more than his dull-witted squire and disciple Sancho Panza. I had written a film adaptation of Miguel de Cervantes' classic tale of deception, fantasy and madness as an experiment, and although I was going to drop the project for another, darker venture, I was intrigued by Kinski's enthusiasm and willingness to take on such a difficult theatrical role. Somehow the part seemed to fit his character perfectly, and I was very conscious to see if Kinski's acting abilities matched his reputation.
You stand here judging me. To you, I am Jesus Christ. I am your God, your King. And you stand here judging me. Damn you, monster! You will bow to me. I will not bow to you. And we will see which one is the most worthy. You are a dwarf. I am a giant. You are a speck of dust. A speck of dust I shall vanquish.
Kinski's Don Quixote would anthropomorphize his surroundings and challenge trees or leaves to duels, the duration of which he would remain Don Quixote de la Mancha and never break character. As his disciple, I was never to disobey or question his orders.
Schweinhund! I told you to look at me, and only me. I am your master, you are my slave. If I say lay down, swallow my schiss, this is what you will do!
Although his performance was nothing short of impressive, not to mention captivating, his portrayal of Don Quixote had a violent and mean-spirited undertone I had not anticipated. I decided not to give him directions, as in his eyes I had no authority, and he would no doubt scold me for attempting to give him what he would misinterpret as orders. Klaus, I mean, Master, it is getting dark. When are you thinking of ending our quest? Master, those flies have nothing against you. They are tiny agents of peace.
They are not flies, you fool! They are banshees! Come to take me away! But they shall not succeed.
Master! I am now at the heart of Richmond Park. Klaus Kinski has disappeared, and I am unsure if I will ever find him again. Nevertheless, I will attempt to apply my knowledge of nature and the elements in order to decipher his tracks. My flying brothers have not seen Kinski. This is very bad news for the sea all. Master, I have found you. Shh. Night is falling soon. We should make our way back to the castle.
The giants have spoken. They have seen the future. I should not have angered them. Nothing but doom awaits us. The mortality of our world can never be avoided. The flesh we possess will rot. Our hearts will shrivel up the size of raisins. And our eyeballs will dry up and melt into our skulls. We are all food for the crows. Even crows will be food to the power of the apocalypse that awaits us. When the birds drop dead from the trees, the wrath of God
Master, I think we are lost.
Lost? We are not lost. You are lost. And that is because you have lost us. Did you not hear the giant's words? The prophecy. We are doomed. Now you have doomed us, and sooner than predicted. Damn you, Schweinhund!
But it was you who ran away, and...
Ran away? How dare you? While I was fighting for our lives, you were playing in your own shiz, smearing it on your face and eating it.
You are mad. Mad! Now we are lost. Lost forever. And this is all because of you. Let me climb you, my friend. Let me climb you. And let me be your hump.
I realized that arguing with Klaus was now an impossibility. I could only argue with Don Quixote, and he was not stable enough to respond with rationality. I would have to try and lead my actor back to sanity and back home without him knowing. We had not been lost 5 minutes before Kinski, like a wild animal, instinctively started spreading his seed and his urine in order to mark his territory. Kinski's behavior had transcended mere roleplay, and Don Quixote de la Mancha gave way to the actor's subconscious sense of survival. The absurdity of it all would never reach Kinski's conscious mind, so I decided to take charge. Klaus, there is no need to worry about water. I have brought with us 4 bottles from the highlands of Loch Manua, where it is believed the last ruins of...
Shiz and lies! You are trying to make me believe in shiz and lies! I will gut you like a fish and read the truth in your entrails!
She's in lies. She's in lies. She's in lies. She's in lies.
Scheiße! Monkeys! They are everywhere! Herzog, you Schweinhund! What have you done? Get them out! The monkeys! Everywhere!
I think you did this. You organized this monkey attack. You are full of shit and lies.
She's in
I
lies.
know it. You shit stain on the world, you.
She's in lies.
You lay down and swallow my kiss.
She's in lies.
You are the cheese monkey. The master of the cheese monkeys. You planned this whole conspiracy. You are responsible for inevitable death. You are...
Klaus, if you do not stop these maniacal ramblings, I will call off the monkeys but replace them by stab wounds. I have a kitchen knife in my pocket and you do not want me to pull it out, because if I do, I will use your torso as a chopping board and make sauerkraut out of your internal organs.
Lies. She's lies. This is bluff.
I have nothing to lose, and if you want proof of my threats' authenticity, you will only have to call the landlord and ask him what happened to my last flatmate. He will not know, because he disappeared 2 months ago, never to return. He was a young man with his whole life before him, but he insulted me much like you are doing now, and his disappearance became an inevitable solution.
What? What did you do?
I ate him. His name was Sebastian. He was 21 and tasted like uncooked lasagna.
You are mad. I will report this. Ich bin der Schauspieler. Ich bin der Schauspieler.
You will do no such thing. You will pack up your garbage and come home with me, and this way you will stay alive, and I will not chew on your flesh, even though I am certain I would enjoy it so, much like the pelicans off the coast of Bolivia enjoy their exotic fishes. Although I felt unclean and guilty about frightening Kinski in this way, deep inside this all felt necessary and even, I must concede, relieving. Kinski became a recluse. A less perceptive observer would have qualified his behavior as sulking, but this was not the case. There was no repressed anger or bitterness visible, and he did not seem to mind me filming him. Although he rarely acknowledged my presence, he was not protesting it. Seeing Kinski acting in such a way, so radically different from before, was refreshing in that finally my home was allowed to return to its previous peaceful, feces-free state. At the same time, there was an underlying chilling atmosphere, and I could not help but feel responsible for his sudden, introverted attitude. Perhaps my disturbing story about cannibalism had truly frightened him to the point of rendering him semi-catatonic. We walked home that night in complete silence. I can only imagine the surreal bloody images going through Kinski's mind. The irrationality of my outburst had paired with Kinski's own irrationalities to create a link into his conscious mind. I had finally managed to cross the psychological bridge which separated us. And just as suddenly as he had come, it was now Kinski's time to leave. I remembered the guilt weighing on me like a newborn elephant on its disabled mother's back. I decided to unburden Kinski from the horrible image of me he must have developed in his conscious mind. I wanted to tell you that I may have been convincing when I told you about my flesh-eating habits, but I have deceived you. I have never committed such abominable actions, and I hope you can forgive me for what I have done. I knew it. I knew. Why did you not say anything? But even you have limits to your madness. I thought you were angry or annoyed with me. Ich bin der Schauspieler. Although my experience with Klaus Kinski had been a disturbing and volatile one, I could not help but remember his unparalleled devotion to the art of performing. Watching this footage back, I realized the power of his abilities and on-screen presence. I had never seen anyone quite so captivating, and although I would probably never see this man again, I knew that I would never forget him.